So my protocol has changed which it's been different. I was doing 0.5 mil every 2 weeks. Now I'm doing 0.25 every week. So technically the same amount of medication, we're just stretching it out. So it looked as though I was going to be running out of medicine last week. And I called the pharmacist and I was like, hey, so my doctor changed my protocol and it seems like I'm going to be running out. It's like, well, we still can't refill this prescription. I'm like, I know, you can't refill that one, but he sent a new one in. It's like, we can't give you any more than what you already have. I'm like, okay, this is going to cause me to miss a dose because the frequency has been increased. So I'm gonna be probably not gonna be able to complete my dose next week. It's gonna be much lower. Well, lo and behold, this week, today, I'm going to do my injection, and I only had about 1 mil of tea in the bottle. So now, I mean, that's under half, really. It's very frustrating. And I think I know why I didn't have enough. So every time you go and you draw medicine into the syringe, there's always a little bit of testosterone that gets stuck into not the needle itself, because we can accommodate for that. But there's a little area just below the needle and in between the syringe. There's always a little bit of medicine that gets stuck there. And I don't know how much that is, but I know that they always put a little bit more in the bottle to accommodate for loss. I noticed that whenever I was doing 0.5 and doing 0.5 from a 200 mil or 200 milligram, no, 0.5 from a 100 ml bottle. There was always a little extra left at the end. So they accommodate for this. Well, now that I'm doing this every week, instead of having, you know, I don't know how much is actually in how much, I need to calculate it. What I'm going to do tonight so I can see how much loss is there. We'll say there's 0.1. 0.1 milligram that gets lost. 0.1 milliliter that gets lost. So on my regular schedule, which was once every 2 weeks, at the end of one bottle, I would have only lost 0.2. Okay? Because that's how many times I've had to draw from that bottle. So 0.2 is lost, never to be regained, just in the tip of the needle. So if I'm drawing from that every time, 100 ml bottle, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that's 5 times. Multiply 5 by 0.1, that's half a mil that's lost. That's going to make a big difference if, there's not half a mil in that bottle. So tonight I'm really going to have to look into, because I'm super careful about how much I'm drawing into the syringe, because I don't want to end up with not enough, especially since I'm doing this every week. I want to make sure that I'm injecting. I'm a stickler for the rules. Like, I follow everything to the letter. And knowing that I'm underdosed this week is kind of screwing with me. Because I haven't been doing this for that long, I want to make sure that everything is being done properly, and whenever I can't do it properly, it bugs me. So I know 0.1 is probably an overstatement of how much is getting lost, and I know there are ways to combat that, and I'm probably gonna have to look into it, because I don't want to be in this predicament again. Like, knowing what I felt like, and I know it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal whenever I have the pharmacist looking at me like, oh, you're coming in here early to try to get more, and due to the nature of this medicine, we definitely can't we can't refill this early. Like, that's no, like, I'm not using testosterone because I want to get bigger. I'm using testosterone because I was having heart and brain problems. And it's a possibility that maybe I screwed up and maybe I wasn't as accurate as I could have been. I know I double check everything every time though, but maybe there's something that I'm not. I really think it all just comes down to the loss that's in the syringe. So maybe I'll try the technique where I have a little bubble of air that's gonna, make up for that space. I don't know. But right now, I've lost a quarter of a mil somewhere, and I don't really know how to account for it. That's a whole, well, not a quarter of a mil, but man, his brakes are bad. 0.15 of a mil. I don't like losing any bit. Like, I try to be as accurate as possible. So, especially when it's like, I'd rather have more at the end, just a little bit, because that lets me know that I'm doing things right. When I have this much less, and I don't have enough for a dose, then it's like, dude, where did I screw up at? So, that's that. I'm going to get off of this because it's starting to rain a little bit harder. All this rain that we haven't got in Texas is now coming down, and we needed it. Maybe not now, since, it's fall and everything's about to be dying off for the winter, but whatever. Rain's rain.